Hi, I'm here to speak about the fundraising that I did for Cancer Research UK. As you can see, I've shaved my hair. I did it yesterday. The reason I did it really was two reasons. I've lost a family member to cancer. I lost my Nana Betty, as we called her, in 2009 from cancer in her esophagus here. That was really quite weird because my nan never wanted anyone to worry about her. She was a fighter, really. She didn't show anybody that she was hurting until it was out of her hands, really. Until the point where she couldn't really hide it. Then when she passed away, it was horrible. Obviously it was horrible. But what was worse, but just as bad as saying goodbye to her was also the way it affects the family, really. It was my mum's mother, and the way it affected my parents was weird because as a child you don't expect to be watching your parents crying and not being able to do anything about it. It's them that looks after you while you're crying. That's what happens when you're growing up. You're the one that gets upset and they're the one that comforts you, but to have it the other way around, it's strange. It's really bad. It's terrible, really. The one thing that inspired me really to do this was about 3 weeks ago. A friend, I hadn't really met him that much. I'd met him about 6-7 times, maybe a few more times, but he had leukemia, and he was a fighter as well. He lasted so long with it. He always had a positive outlook on stuff, and he was always a fighter. Like, I thought he was going to pull through. I was set on him pulling through. But people lose fights cancer so many times, and he did as well, and he had leukemia, and it was horrible to see people that I was close to, who were really close to him, to see the way it affected people close to me as well. I really didn't like it. It was horrible. So the struggles that they go through are always worse. It always is. And to even know that you have cancer, whether you're going to pull through or not, whether you're going to live or die, it really doesn't matter. To have cancer and to deal with cancer on a daily basis, it's horrible. But anyway, I've raised £293 so far. I hope to raise more. The reason I did a head shave, my personal opinion is it's more, I don't know, I just prefer it, really. I do like all the other charity events. I'm even thinking of doing the Race for Life as well this year, and they're great. They're all great because they've raised so much money. But the reason I did one did a head shave is because when you have these treatments for cancer, especially leukemia, you lose your hair, and many people know that, but it's not under their control one little bit, right? As you know. But these people suffering from leukemia and from cancer treatment, and they lose their hair, they'll go out on a daily basis, and they can't hide it. They go out and people look at them confused, questioning why they have no hair. And they don't know what's going on in their lives. They don't know whether it's because of cancer, if it's because of alopecia, or if it's because they've just decided to shave the hair. But either way, people shouldn't just judge them, so people shouldn't jump to a conclusion about why they've got the hair shaved, why they don't have any hair. And to have people staring at you 24/7 when you go out, laughing at you, pointing at you because you don't have any hair, it's the worst struggle ever. Well, not worst, but for us to understand. We can't understand the struggles of cancer. We can't understand what it feels like. We can have an imagination of what it feels like, but we can't put ourselves in that position. So to shave my head, I'm putting myself in the position of going through like 10% of their struggles, to go through the social struggles that they go through. I got my hair shaved at college, and quite a lot of people came to watch, and they knew why I was doing it. They knew it was for cancer, and they applauded me, and they were proud of me. And I had so many people coming up to me and speaking to me, saying that I looked nice and that it was for such a good cause. But those people that didn't know, I walked around college about 10 minutes after this, and I knew I was going to get this. This is why I did it, so that I could understand the social struggles. I walked around college, and there was literally like waves of people that were just staring at me and pointing at me and like speaking among the friends, like, oh look, she's got no hair. And that's what stresses me out, because when it happened to me, obviously I've not got anything wrong with it. I've not got cancer, I've not got alopecia, I've not got anything that makes it so that I can't grow hair. So when I had people looking at me, the first thing that I thought was, I want to go and tell them. I want them to know why I've got no hair. I want to explain it so that they're not looking at me in weird ways. I want to stop them laughing at me and saying things about me. So I wanted to go up to every single person that looked at me strange and say, I've done it for a charity. I've done this for a certain reason. This is why I'm bald. This is why I have no hair. But the thing is, people can't do that. People with leukemia, you can't expect them to walk up to every single person that they see looking at them strange and say, you know what, do you know why I've got no hair? Do you know why you're pointing at me and laughing at me for having no hair? Do you want to know the reason I've got leukemia, I've got cancer, and I'm bald because of the treatment? And it's the least of my worries. The one big worry is I might die. But yeah, I'm bald because I've got cancer. To say that to every single person, you really can't, because it's hard to even tell your family that you've got cancer. So yeah, like I said, it's not a huge struggle that they go through, but it's probably the least of the worries really. But to be able to at least put myself in 10% of their position and 10% of their struggles on a daily basis, to understand what people look at them like and what people see them like after they lose their hair, it's different, it's strange, but I'm happy that I've done it. I am so happy that I've done it. I'm so proud of myself, because it's for a good cause. And obviously people are doing fundraising all the time. Like now, past few years, more people have survived cancer than have died from it. Obviously there's millions of people that die from it, but with my fundraising and with obviously other people's fundraising in the future, I'm hoping that it gets to the point where it's like 90% people surviving, 9% people dying from cancer, because it is the worst thing you could possibly think of. Thank you for listening to my video. I know I've blabbed on, but I hope you understand why I've done it, and I hope that whoever is out there that has cancer or has a family relative or a friend that's going through cancer, people are helping towards cure and people are trying to fight it, so hopefully it will get cured. So thank you very much, and I'll see you later.